Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to be doing a quick update for this last week of July. It's kind of whatever at this point with time and updates, what's going on. But anyway, here's what I read in the last week. So I mentioned in my last weekly update that I would very likely be DNFing the Grey Bastards unless things improved. I did end up DNFing that almost immediately. It just was not for me. All of the plot points felt really forced, didn't make a lot of sense, and just hinged on me believing the character was doing the dumb things they were doing for no apparent reason. So I just decided to call it quits. Wasn't liking the story, audio wasn't helping, and I'm just like, no, I'm done with it. So for the audio part, I ended up starting Dungeon Crawler Carl, which was recommended to me by Andrew, and I know some other people enjoyed it as well. And this was not at all what I was expecting, because I was thinking it was going to be a humor, and there's definitely some humor in it, but it's a lot more like dark humor for sure. And it's the plot is basically like the entire world is like basically destroyed, and anybody like inside the buildings, all of the matter is taken and it's repurposed to create a dungeon, and the only people who survived are people who happen to be outside at the time, and then they're given the option of going into this dungeon and basically like competing in the dungeon for a chance at survival. And it seems like it's like televised for other planets and whatnot, and it sounds like it'd be kind of silly and whatnot, but it really focuses on the real aspects of that, and it definitely, like, the tone is a lot darker than I thought it was going to be at points from the way it is. But so the story so far is engaging, and I'm very interested, and the audio for it is really fantastic. With the way that it's done, really makes you feel like you're a part of it and kind of doing things like it's a video game, so to speak. And kind of has like the kind of the dark humor you'd get in some video games with like achievements and that kind of thing as well. So enjoying that so far. I am a little under halfway through, but should be finishing that up before too terribly long. On the physical side, I did finish Wildcat by J.P. Harker. This did get a bit better. Still a book I had a lot of issues with, and I definitely think had its flaws, but it did get a little bit better for me. I am going to be doing a review for this one as well too, so I won't talk a ton more about it now, just kind of going into more depth on how I felt about it, but finished this one up and then moved on from there to the book that I should have read probably earlier in the month, but the buddy read we're doing for the Books of Earthsea, starting with A Wizard of Earthsea, reading out of this gigantic illustrated edition here, which was really interesting. I have not read A Wizard of Earthsea since I was a kid. I read it, I don't even remember how old I was, but quite some time ago. And I actually did find that I remembered, the key events I remembered were actually the way I remembered them, which kind of surprised me, because some of the other things I'd reread from my childhood, I found out that I was remembering things a little bit differently. That actually did not end up being the case here. I actually did remember the stuff that I thought I did, and it was still really interesting. Definitely some other things that were a little bit different than I remembered, but this one's done kind of more fairy tale-esque. It just really does capture the imagination. So I'll probably end up doing a video on this one as well. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll probably do one and then talk a little bit more about it there. But it's been interesting. I've only ever read the first one, so I'm looking forward to reading the second one, Tombs of Atuan, next, because I've actually only ever read the first, and I really enjoyed it, and I do not know why I never actually continued when I was younger, but I just think it's the first one was at like the public library, or maybe my elementary library. I don't remember which library I got it from, but I got it from a library and read it. So it was kind of cool going back and revisiting. So we'll be excited for that as well. And that is really what I got to. So I did slow down a little bit on the reading, but managed to finish the things right on the wire, because I'm filming this on the 31st, so right on the wire for end of the month, finishing Earthsea. There's some other things that I wanted to get to this month that I haven't so far, but we will see kind of where that lands and where I end up getting to those. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be reading next. I know I do have my new audio credits came in, and so I'll be doing, of course, the next Wheel of Time book, Lord of Chaos, and then also I'll be doing Tombs of Atuan, like I just said, coming up in the month, and then some other things I was considering doing, which I don't know yet, but with two books that I found I was able to get audio, and I also have the physical books, so my kind of hybrid could be Red Country or the Three Body Problem. We'll see. I still have a lot of things on my MBR shelf as well, but that's kind of the state of where I am at now. We'll have some more reviews coming out for these books that I've talked about here very soon. That is pretty much it for this one, though, so make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Check the link in the description for the Wizardly Duo Discord if you want to chat books, whether it's these books, other books, really anything at all. It is a lot of fun, and we would love to have you. And, of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.